No. Uh, well, I don't know, Sarge. You should have taken the Nasdaq up. 5 minute HABB band. Well, the Dow had created rule two. So what does it do? It comes back to the 15-minute orange line once you create rule two. Okay, I'm not sure if the white were there because I was talking to Hans, but I know the 5 minute white was there. Okay, the blue was there. 1 hour BB band. Yep. Maybe that was the trade to the upside. Your first trade. I think I spoke about this yesterday. You weren't here, but there was a really good example of this yesterday where you just, once rule two was in, it's like, okay, then we're above the coloured line. It's probably going to change colour. So that should be your first trade to the upside, you know. Um, I know you were looking at the coloured line, Sarge, but what you had was blue. 5 minute white. If the 15-minute white was there, then that is basically confirming that you're going to get. Yeah, I know, mate. I know that you're going to get rule two. Okay, and you got rule two, and it pulls back. That was the trade there. And again, look, blue line. Blue line. Guys, once you understand this, that the trades only come from blue lines and BB bands on the HA time frame, it's gonna be your start point. Look at this one here, the earlier one. You see this here? This move up. Prior to that, Sarge, second move it is. Even that came from the blue line. Oh, Martini girl, you've been doing awesome as well. Yeah, I mean, today, looking at, from what I see the charts, Sarge, before you disappear, right? From what I see the charts, um, once the blues and the five white was there, right? You can attempt that trade there, okay? Because it still works against it. All right, now I understand what you've done. You've waited for the 15 and took that, okay? But if that 15 white was there, mate, then that just says no, don't take it down. Because generally, if you look at every 15 white, they turn price around. So that is the confirmation signal that price is going to turn. So maybe, if you see the 15 white in future, yeah, not always, Sarge, but different types of markets. Look at the 15-minute time frame, Sarge. Look at the 1 hour time frame. You've just had not a big move up, but for 4 or 5 hours it's been going up. Then you had a big move down, right? In one candle. I mean, this doesn't look like a super trend or a super reversal to me. I'm looking at the 5 minute time frame and I'm thinking news back where we were, you know. But I know the 15 white doesn't always do it, but on this kind of market, it very likely would, and it did, mate. Ay, ay, ay. It's I'm finding it very hard to find perfect setup for you at the turn side. This is your problem area. This, where it turns like this. But you have to trade it. That's the problem. You have to trade it. You have to, because you could have missed out on a trade down, like you say. All right. But for me, when Rule 2 was in there, I'm thinking up, you know. So if I was trading, I would have taken that trade there. Oh, we're going to sort it. We're going to sort it. Ask me, Sarge, just give me a shout out, mate, next time. And I'll look at it and say, well, hang on a minute. Rule 2's in. 15 whites there. All right, or something. Because that's what I'll do. I will look at the charts and see what you've got against you or what you've got going for you. Yep, no problem, Martini girl. And again, Hanzo, look here on the NAS. I know you don't trade the NAS. I'm pointing out the setup. Look, back in. HA yellow. Low volume, but still would have been another winner on a normal day. It's yeah, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Sarge. You can trade against it, okay? You just make sure you use something like momentum as a stop loss. Like in the last video, I mentioned numbers. No, I think he looks at the signals as well, Martina Gill. So, if, that 15-minute blue there, I've got a funny feeling, right, that Darwin would have taken this trade there. And this one there. Right, because he will look for a pullback, right? So you've had this move up. You've got your pullback there. And then he's created a higher low there. So that would have been his first trade. And it did the same there. Pulled back. Second trade there. Okay, that one. Okay, so no, he doesn't respect the trend. I won't say respect. He doesn't always trade with the trend or with the coloured line or anything like that. But he does use higher lows, lower highs. And I think momentum's his entry. I'm not sure what numbers. I mean, he did say in the past double digit, but I think it's probably a bit less than that. Yeah, the problem has always been, Sarge, right? When it's running, you do great. Okay, there's no problem with that. Your problem has always been when we've got this kind of market, where we've either had a big move down and then a big move up, like we have here. And it's the turning point. That has kind of been your bane. There is and there isn't, Savvy. I mean, because it's sort of like I look at 5 on the Dow and 6 on the Nasdaq, to turn it, but and above, 5 and 6 and above. But I also went through one recording, mate, that was very volatile. I must admit, it was a really violent day, and 2 bars and 3 bars were moving it. But I think that was because of how violent the day was, how volatile the day was, how much volume there was in the market. Fourth candle on Dow, 5 minute. That one is there, Hamzo. Yeah, no. It is, but that might just be a few pips pullback, Hamzo. That pullback there might not even show on the Renko chart, understand? Whereas this pullback there did. It's probably this pullback here. Because that move up there is this one. And then this one here is that one there. You see, so that it might be, yeah, I'm pretty sure, actually, yeah, no, it didn't show hands because this pullback here, there, right, is the pullback to the orange line there, you see. All right. But it didn't show. It would have been somewhere there. Or maybe a bit lower, somewhere here. All right, somewhere there. It didn't show because it wasn't that much of a pullback. You see, that there. But that one was there. That was that. Again, Hanzo, it's all you have to do is if you can't use the Renko chart, you look at the HA. Because like I say, that last move is that. There, you broke the blue line. Look at it. You're pulled back there as well. Yeah, well, this is the thing. I think you need to make more. It's like you're 2-0 today, you're 25 pips, and you should be 2-0, 100 pips. This is where you've got to just be a little bit braver. And again, guys, look, I know I keep going on about it, right? It is only 5-minute orange line trading at the end of the day. But look here, this one, all right, it wasn't on the BB band, but it's broke the blue line and it got a HA yellow, got a HA white straight away as well. Okay, this one here, right on the BB band. These are the trades. You get these, right? You win your day. Yeah, and I understand it, Hans. Seriously, I do, mate. I know what you and Sarge are going through at the moment. It's just I can't get I can't kind of make it any more obvious that when it's flowing, to go with the flow, obviously, right? But where to take the trades from, to hold for a 50 pipper when it's with the flow, but like I say, as far as Sarge is concerned, that is his bane, this period here where he's not sure if it's going to continue going down or up. And it's difficult. I understand, Sarge. That attempt there, if you were in there, momentum flips on you, you could have break even that. You could have pretty much got out before there. That shouldn't have cost you anything, that attempt. Oh, that was that one. Sorry. That was that one there. No. that one. Okay, so I'm not sure how that's cost like 30 pips, unless you had a bad entry. It's a mindset thing, Hans. So same with Sarge. Now it's beating him up, eating away at his confidence. I mean, some days he does when it's running. You know, Sarge has a near perfect day. You know, and then when it's like that, it's I mean, the only way I can kind of tell Sarge or you or anybody, you know, when to stop, kind of, you know, stop trading the line is when this setup appears. You know, with that, if you get the 5 and the 15 white with blue, okay, then just stop trading the coloured line and wait for it to change. If you don't fancy taking that trade up, wait for it to change colour. Because, I mean, the 15 white literally tells me the chances are high that rule 2 is coming. You know, even created it there on the NASDAQ. You know, look, 15 white against the flow here. Look, it's telling you, right? Telling you, rule 2's coming, and then bam, down to BB band a couple of times there and there. Not perfect, but probably because it's stronger than the Dow at the moment. Look, you want to have a word with MG, Igor? You say? All right. Well, you have because I need a drink and a bathroom trip.
Hi, folks. Everybody hear me? Anybody hear me? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. MG, Martina, girl, just quickly, because it's kind of a perfect moment now. Uh, I'll, I just wanted to explain to you exactly how I did when things would go wrong, you know, before, and you know, I didn't like it. You don't like when you get the results like you have, and then some things appear in your mind in terms of feelings and thoughts and impressions, and they need to be cleaned out. So as I said yesterday, I never did the NLP things. I do what Laura uh, what Laura teaches. Basically, I kind of have my how it spontaneously came to me, but it's essentially exactly the same thing. So, Martina girl, look, it went wrong yesterday, and you know, Jas is covering here the trading when in terms of trading things, but now basically you have what you have. Once you, I would suggest to you, try this. Once you're done for trading, with trading for today, if you have a possibility, pull yourself aside from everybody. I don't know if you have kids, maybe husband, take just a minute, ask them if you can just take the minute on your own alone, and then sit down and be honest with yourself and look for what exactly are you feeling, what exactly are you thinking, and all the impressions. See what kind of story is now in your mind and within you. If you pay attention to it, if you take a look at it, you will see that it's most likely a whole story now attached to it. You know, things went wrong, I got the wrong results, then a lot of kind of questioning, doubts, and all these stuff may pop up, most likely, which is what we consider like the mindset thing. And then basically, what you need to do in order to release that in a proper way, basically, is not to analyze, is not to try to push it aside, definitely not to repress it or ignore it. That's the worst thing you can ever do. Instead, see it to what it is. Just by seeing it, it means you are not identifying with it, and that's the key thing. We need to learn. I mean, I'm doing this whenever I need it regarding anything in life, whatever. So the problem occurs when we get these thoughts and feelings and whatever, and we start to give them reality. That's the problem. And that's the cause of all the suffering we have in life regarding anything. So what you do at that point, you just simply allow it to be there for a moment, but then you notice the choice that you have. And choice is you either go with them, which means you will be continuing to give it reality, because at the end of everything, you have the opportunity to realize there is no reality to thoughts and feelings, especially those psychological ones. So instead, you just sit there, you observe them being there, you won't give them reality anymore. Instead, you'll be focusing on yourself, the very presence of you that you're sitting there. I mean, look, none of that is possible if you are not there. So it's happening within your consciousness, within you. So it's you, and there are those feelings and emotions and impressions and whatever it is. And trust me, once you do that, they will be vetted out immediately. And that's how you will know, basically, because this is not a technique that will work tomorrow. You do it today and it will work tomorrow. No, it will work immediately. Once you separate yourself, basically your own consciousness, eventually you will end up realizing that. And those psychological thoughts and feelings that are maybe coming out today and maybe, then will pop up maybe tomorrow. And if you will eventually in time, you'll notice that they are repetitive. So basically that's the very release technique. I'm doing that. So now when you are feeling this, you have a great opportunity to actually clean this out. And so this releasing approach is basically only about one thing, realizing that you are having these things and not identify with them anymore. Yes, exactly, Vivi. Yes. You are seeing it. Look, guys, if you start paying attention really what's going on within you, you will see that these psychological things are repetitive. So it means you will be feeling them today, you will be feeling them tomorrow maybe, you felt them yesterday, and so they're coming and going. Then you may have a kind of a short break from them, something happens that's more maybe kind of a little bit more pleasant, so you'll be focusing on that. They will kind of disappear for the moment, and then something will trigger them kind of maybe down the road the same day or maybe a few days later, and you are back in the same thing. And you feel the same things that you felt before and emotions and all that. The reason why this is happening is because we are giving them reality. And if they're coming back, they are not gone and need to be released. Once you truly release them, Hans, once you truly release them, a certain package of them. Look, emotions are just an energy in motion. That's what it fundamentally is. And thoughts and impressions, they're just basically sounds. It's just noise, So when you feel maybe kind of powerless, let's say, well, let's take it, or fear. Fear is more kind of basically almost all the emotions and thoughts uh, are basically fear fundamentally, and it all comes from us having this discrepancy within us when we have the desires. One question, guys. Look, if you imagine just for one moment, imagine yourself not desiring anything in life, nothing. You don't desire money, you don't desire relationships, you don't desire anything from anybody, or what would you feel then? What would you think at that point? Exactly, we would. Exactly. You would be blank. The all source of thinking and feeling. Look, I'm talking about the psychological stuff. Look, when you go to work and your work requires a skill. Well, let's say here trading. This requires a little bit of understanding, and then eventually you'll get a little bit skill. You're basically doing this, and that's not psychological. You know what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it. You calculate everything, and that is not psychological. That's a knowledge. Look, so fundamentally, basically, guys, the subconscious mind is not a negative thing. It's just a tool, just like a conscious mind. The problem is the garbage that we acquired without even noticing during the course of our lives. That's now giving us a problem, you know. But fundamentally, this desire creates all the psychological problems, and these things that are giving us kind of suffering and all kind of crap that we are going through. So if you could remove the desire, you would be free from all this psychological thinking. But then, of course, the question arises, well, if I remove the desire, then how am I going to achieve everything or anything? Well, you will achieve everything way more easier when you're free from it. I know, MJ. I know. That's why I said in the beginning, when I first gave these links to MT, that this might be challenging, because I know through the course of my life that most of the people do not even want to look at that direction. You know, most of the people are just like, well, look, give me my toys and let me go back to sleep. That's how most people react. You know, and but unfortunately, that doesn't resolve anything, just make things worse in time. But this is so simple and so powerful that it's literally kind of, how would you not even pay attention to it? And especially, how would you not apply it? Because it just requires a little bit of focusing. It takes practice, Hans, definitely takes a little bit of practice, but it's not a practice kind of, it's more about you do it once, you see it for what it is. Rob, look, Rob, I'll give you the answer just in a second. So just round this up. Now I dropped. Where did I stop? Okay. Rob, look, I more or less spent my whole life looking for, like, what the heck is all this, you know, and dealing with my own problems. It kind of pushed me to look for the solutions. So when you guys are reading books, trust me, I've read like countless of them. 7-8 years ago, when I was cleaning my apartment, I think I kind of threw away these over 300, I think, these crazy books. I call them crazy books because none of the solutions has ever been found in the book. So that's why I said, guys, don't waste your time. After investigating everything and you know, just for example, Rob, it took me, I don't know, I can't calculate how many years it took me in kind of attempting to meditate in a wrong way. That's actually, there are actually, I'm seeing it all over the place. You know, people are meditating, people are trying, people are looking for the solutions, but they don't know how it is. And these books are actually creating the problems, because the book takes over your mind, gives you these ideas, you know, try this technique, try that technique, you know, and none of this works, because once you get to the source of all the problems and you realize the problems, and then it can adequately kind of deal with it, there will be no solution. So it took me, I don't know how many years just to learn basically what the meditation is. And the key was this simplicity. So basically, guys, you will see that the release is a meditation. And meditation is all about one thing, and that's stopping the mind for a brief moment, if you can, for a minute. In the beginning, most likely you won't be able to do it at all, but then you may try it more. You will definitely try more. Then for a brief period of time, you will find yourself like just being there, no mind is quiet, and then you will be, in that point, you have the possibility to realize that you just sitting there, no thinking, then you'll be able to realize who you are. You're just sitting there present. And that's when interesting things starting to happen. So that's basically what release is as well. Because at the end of the day, we don't need any of these psychological thinking and emotions or anything in order to fully just kind of experience the life. Because these psychological things are creating our experiencing. Because what we hold in mind, that's what we get. But the problem is, when you hold in mind you don't want, then you get the things you don't want, and you're not aware of it. So far, basically these, the secret stuff and all that, they are correct. You know, they are correct. But then the problem still remains. They don't give you the full equation, because without knowing how to deal with those things you don't want, you'll never be able to get results. So basically, that's all you need to do, and it's so freakishly simple that it's basically a problematic in itself, because as I said yesterday, mentally, we only know about complications. We don't know anything else. Mind has to complicate. It's its very essence, because the mind is not supposed to lead anything. It's a tool, not a leader. You know, so that's why that is important. And so Andrew, try this. Give yourself a moment. You don't need a lot of time, especially when mind never has the answer. Exactly, Hans, because mind only knows what it already experienced. But when you want to break the kind of barrier of what you experienced so far, you're getting into unknown, and the mind is completely helpless there. But what we do, if you start looking at yourself, Hans, and see this dynamic in yourself, you will eventually be able to see it in others. We are starting to beat ourselves up for this answer, which is not there. You can't kind of magically put it in. You know, it's not there. So there's no point of wasting energy trying to look for it there. You know, exactly. It's because it's not supposed to be a ruler. It can't be a ruler. You know, it's just a tool for creating, for doing whatever we need to do. It's here to serve us. But when you say it's here to serve us, then it's always this question. Then in this case, who am I? If I'm not these thinking, then who am I? Well, you're the conscious presence, basically there. But you know, in order to not go into maybe these concepts that maybe some people are not ready for, The release technique, Martini girl, it's very simple. Trust me. Just give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. It will take maybe 5 to 10 minutes of your time, and it's then you basically got nothing to lose. If it doesn't happen in the beginning, it's possible that you don't kind of get it at this first moment, and you don't successfully achieve this release. Don't be discouraged. Keep trying. Again, 5 minutes, 10 minutes at your time. It's no loss. To give you my example, I remember that was maybe 20 years ago when I first kind of came to the point when I realized, okay, the meditation is okay, this is not it. Then I came to the point when I kind of realized, and I said to myself the same thing. Okay, if I just disconnect everything for freakishly 10 minutes, what am I losing? Seriously. And then I would kind of look, okay, what did I do during the day that would be so damn important that I came just to spend everything for 10 minutes. Yeah. I did a meditation on Laura that helped me to understand. Definitely, Hans, definitely. The meditation that Laura teaches is no technique. It's just quieting the mind down, and that's all it is. Because eventually you'll come to the point when you realize this fully, and then it won't be coming back. Then even if you have thoughts, you will know. You will just remind yourself that it's just an energy. So when I get, sometimes it happens. I get bad day myself. Maybe lose a trade or two and then don't get anything that I seriously like. That's I'm not even bothered of the mental stuff that's maybe coming up, because I know it doesn't have validity. So it's things are very, very simple. So and Martina girl, look, she has a YouTube channel, and if you just type her name, you will find one of her videos, and then just click on the channel, you'll find it. She has, and MT shared her website. She has the official website with you have the possibility to book the meeting even if you want. She doesn't care about any kind of being known anywhere or anything. She's avoiding that for all costs, but she's there to help people and give them the guidance, because you can work with her. She can take your direct examples of how you feel, and she will lead you through the process if you're interested. And so she's available, but she doesn't want to be anywhere in front. She doesn't write books, nor want to ever credits. As I said yesterday, this Rhonda lady that wrote The Secret basically wrote it based on what she learned from Laura. So I wanted to say this, Martini girl, because it's perfect opportunity. You're feeling this now, Yeah, I think so. I don't remember her last name, but I remember the name was Rhonda. Yeah. So use this opportunity now to try it out, and you will see. Once you basically get this in your pocket. Which link, MT? Which link? I don't. Just a second. Let me check this out. It seems like there is something removed. Yeah. In this case, it's very possible that some links that something is removed. That can happen. I know that, for example, my ex went to her retreat after I suggested it, and she loved it like anything else. But the recordings of this retreat, they got the links for it, and they've been told that the thing is, Laura doesn't have the technical kind of stuff so that she can keep links like forever. But the YouTube, I don't know what link that was that's now removed. Yeah, but you just go to her official YouTube channel and you will see that what's available there, and there are things are there's a lot of it there, so you can find. Was that one of these videos I sent you before, MT? Let me just quickly check. I'll see what that might be. Just a second. We're closing, V-Boy. I found Manifesting the Perfect House, that particular video that I gave you, and I'm finding basically everything there on her site. So I don't know what happened there. Don't close it yet, V-Boy, for Christ's sake. Look this week on 4 hours. That will go to the BB bands down. Okay, Martini girl, that's how many do you have, for Christ's sake? Did you take multiple trades? Martini, I hope this kind of I don't know if you resonate with all this, but I would suggest to try. It's just like then let me know if it's something I can help then down the road. So I'll be happy to assist. MK, you can cut me out now.
All right, cheers for that, Igor. I think most of you caught that, didn't you? If you go to the original link that MT sent you, the Laurel, Lucille, whatever she's called, and click on free meditations, there's a list of about 60 videos there you can, browse through. Okay, all right, Joe. All right, mate. Oh, man. Did you get that? Did you understand that, Rob? Yeah, gold. It was beautiful. Stand on. Again, we're talking about the setup. Flip down 8-hour BB band. Even had 1 hour blues. 15 blue, 5 white, 15 white telling you rule 2's coming. So you wait out the 15 bounce, then you start trading. There. Okay. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. The last one you can just see, and all 3 came from a Renko white. Okay, and because the 50 pip blocks, okay, you can use the Renko whites for entries. Okay, because they give massive moves. Look at that. Okay. Beautiful. absolute. But again, guys, I was pointing out the BB bands. Look, I'm not even sure what gold GU's doing, but still BB bands, HA yellows. Oh dear. Yeah, I think I will be getting into gold after I get back. V-Boy, because like looking at today and how the Dow in particular has played out, and the lack of volume. That's the main thing, the lack of volume for me on both of these today. So, I'll be definitely looking at gold because, I mean, look at this move. Like I said there, you're going in with that at the 5-minute orange line there. Okay? Everything's saying down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 600 pip move if you go in with the Renko wire when it closed. Right, and the others before, there were a couple of 300 pippers as well, if not more. Yes, I'm sure you did, Igor. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like I was saying, you look at the setup, flip down at 8-hour BB band, he had blues, 5-minute white appears. Okay, that's telling you, oh, could be turning. All right. Then the 15 white appeared, confirms that you're going to get rule 2. So you wait for rule 2 somewhere over here. Okay. Oh, no, it bounced back, didn't it? Yeah. So you wait for the bounce back. That was the bounce back there. Right. And then you start trading. 1, 2, 3, maybe even a 4th here. But yeah, you're on the blue line. So yeah, you could have had a go at this one as well. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, but you know what, Igor? Never in a month of Sundays was I going to take the gold up, just because that candle says up. Never, ever would I have taken it up. You know why? Because it was an 8-hour flip down BB band. The blues were there, and the whites were there, and that's telling me, no, we're going down. It's not all about rule 2 for me, Igor. The LTs tell me. And I said yesterday that I fancy gold down more. It didn't go down yesterday, it went up, but you know what I mean? Where better to start a down trade again from again, other than a flip down LTBB, man. Yeah, I think the best thing, Rob. The thing is, he was still looking at the downs, Rob. So he probably attempted this one down here, and I know this second one here was the one that cost him, right? But it's, to me, the last video and the video before that, when I was talking about the whites, right, in correlation with the blues, right? So you had, if you look at the Dow, you had flipped up 1-hour BB band, the blue was there, the 5-minute white were there. I'm pretty sure the 15 white was there when he attempted this second move down here, right? That means that rule 2, if you look at the 15-minute time frame, rule 2 was in. So no down, don't attempt it. That was the trade. That one up there. Because everything was screaming at him to go up. Yeah. Yeah, but again, with the problem with the coloured line is that you're missing out on trades, Rob, because you can see there, if you look at it on the way up there, you probably only got maybe 2 trades in, maybe 1 trade in really when the line changed. It'd have been that one, right? But if you'd have looked at everything else that's telling you that it's going up, then you could have got that one in as well there. You know, again, you're back on the 15 OL here, so yeah, HA BB band, HA yellow, you could attempt this. But that's the thing, that, like I said, last week when I was saying about the whites, 15 white confirming that it's probably going to change direction. If you've got blues and LTs as well, the LT BB band was saying, I'm going to go up. So that is the way I think I was pushing last week, and that is how I would like everybody to trade now. It would make it so much easier if everybody's looking for the same thing. Plus, when you look at the distance from the BB band, the coloured line, it would be a long time, right, before that changed colour. And it was. It was like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 minutes. It didn't change colour until that candle. So it's 35 minutes after it started going up. That's, look, change colour there. So using the whites, if the 15-minute white was there with the blues and the 5-minute white, then after this here, you could have attempted the second move, in my opinion. It depends on the kind of market. If you've got really strong setups to the downside, then no, you just carry on. But yeah, that was again, it comes down to the LTs, guys. If you can read the LTs, see what they're telling you, then the blues, they're saying, right, well, we might be reversing. Okay, but then the whites are saying, yep, okay, then go and create rule 2 to the upside. You understand? Like it happened on gold, the 15 white, when that came in, it told me, right, because of the 8-hour BB band, there was no way I was taking it up. Like Igor said, you still had rule 2 to the upside there. But the whites were in. I'm thinking, nope, it's going down. So that trade down, that first candle created rule 2 to the downside, was okay to trade, and that was this trade here. Again, before the 5-minute line changed colour up. So